Welcome, everybody, to finals day here at Combo Breaker 2026. I am Raph with Deadward, and we're about to start off with some BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Top 24 action this beautiful morning. How you doing, Deadward?
So excited to be here on Sunday, Raph. This is going to be some premium BLAZBLUE action that we're getting here. XCal missing in action, but of course Fenrich here looking to take down the title for a second year in a row, winning the Combo Breaker side event last year. And we're getting him back. Gotta love City of Wolves for bringing the GOAT back to BLAZBLUE. And no bracket conflicts this time, folks. We're not gonna pause for 2 hours, so stick around. We're gonna run the whole way through with Fenrich.
Don't curse us like that, all right?
Oh, okay.
The morning is
All
still young. The morning
That's
is still young, but it's not just Fenrich. It is a stacked bracket from top to bottom. Fenrich, Koopa Claus, Ice Cool, Play Guy, Mass Fam, Monarch, JIV, Toledo, all in winners, trying to fight for a top 8 winner's side spot. The variety of characters through the roof, from top tier to mid to low and in between. It's going to be an exciting blast of just amazing players of BLAZBLUE Central Fiction from all over the U.S. and Fenrich as the icing on top. Both players getting set up here, getting ready to go, so I hope you all are excited to see. And there is some losers action too with a lot of great players there as well, so you know, hard to predict how things may shake out. So what are you thinking?
So right now my lock is Ice Cool. I'm going Ice Cool for taking the tournament, which is crazy with Fenrich and Monarch in contention. Those are definitely the three to be looking at. But I feel like Ice Cool is a bit of a chip on his shoulder from last year where Fenrich took it over him. And Ice Cool was telling me around the setups that he was not as prepared as he expected to be. So now is more on top of it. And we're getting into it, Fenrich versus Koopa Claus. I was talking to Cam, one of my locals, beforehand, and he was talking about how so many players at this tournament are playing Hakumen, Izanami, and it's just not the representation that you usually see. And Koopa Claus is like the apex of Izanami right now. So
I mean, for sure. I mean, there's always been great players on this character, and Koopa Claus consistently performing very, very, very well all throughout there. And, you know, there is always a big variety of characters represented through, like, North American BLAZBLUE all the time. But, like, Izanami, as strong as she is, the few players who do play her at that high level don't go out to compete as much as I'd love to see. So Koopa Claus being that little wrinkle and going up against Fenrich, right, is the fair and honest Jin is out here to just hit some fireball uppercuts, slide right in, and Fenrich always finds a way. I mean, the legacy BLAZBLUE player, Mr. like BLAZBLUE himself, right? On a tear in Japan, always come to North America during opportunities to play and really just showcasing their stuff. But I feel like, you know, NA has stepped it up slowly but surely, so it'll be exciting to see how they can do against the tear from Japan.
Yeah, just to put some context on last year, Monarch was not in attendance in that top 6, was focusing on only Grand Blue. And again, Ice Cool said he wasn't prepped for it as much as he should have been, and Play Guy also. You know, no one was expecting Fenrich to show up, but here he is once again looking to take down the Combo Breaker title. Winner of this is qualifying for winner side top 8, so a lot on the line between these two as we're letting the intros rock and getting into it. Fenrich versus Koopa Claus, BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Top 24. Here we go.
All right, opening gambit already. The jumps coming out from Fenrich. Koopa Claus already stuck in this corner here, having to use a little bit of that barrier. Makes the escape, but another big jumper with the jump 2C. First combo going to Fenrich.
Nice. Getting that stagger pressure going, but we're seeing some good defense already from Koopa Claus using the instant block and the instant barrier.
I like that. Bursting Fenrich in the corner, but Fenrich jumping out, gets the 2C. Nice little launch here. He's going to have plenty of bar to be able to finish this. With one more setup, even a 6A can knock it out.
Nice. Both of them trading 50 meter, one for the RC, one for the counter assault. But now Koopa Claus in danger state, cannot air block at all, as Fenrich is going to take down round 1 with a perfect.
Yeah, tough spot to be in, putting on that ribcage at that one point, draining all that barrier gauge, really letting Fenrich get that little match point, tech block. IBs for days, just withstanding this float pressure. Small hits from Koopa Claus here and there, but no big damage yet.
Now, oh my, what a mash out with the 6B, low crushing over, getting that hit on Koopa Claus. May have been a misinput though because of the no confirm. I don't know if Fenridge was expecting that.
And you see like Fenridge doing a lot of the air blocks during like this pressure from Koopa Claus. Finally, Koopa Claus finds a big hit, doesn't get the finish in the combo. Pressure's there, RC, but the DP, we do not complete the sequence.
Look, folks, even the GOAT is mashing DP and hit stun. You can do it too.
Well, now, tough spot to be in. 100% meter on Fenrich's side. Throw into Astral.
My God. And what a way to start it off, Raph. Top 24, Fenrich starting off right with an Astral on Sunday.
And it's not just for show. Burst, safe, and optimal. No way out of that with that back throw Astral finish. The burst was there on the side of Koopa Claus, but there's no hope in that situation. Not even letting it to chance. And immediately a rematch into game number 2 with Fenrich rocking on all cylinders right now. Counter hit jumping. Here's our first hit. Goes for a little cheeky. Try to reset. Koopa Claus bursting out.
Good use of the bits. Fenrich is just going to be running away during the duration of that rib cage. Does not really have a good answer to it. So the main thing you want to do is get rid of the duration while you still have neutral to play.
Right, though, we still find a hit. Even though we lost the barrier, should be able to get it back here after this sequence. We're going to throw out just a little bit of the pinwheel, but the air dash in for Fenrich.
Yeah, very aggressive there. I think Koopa Claus not expecting Fenrich to, have that level of bloodlust to air dash in immediately.
Yeah, we got the bits, and we have a float. Ribcage is up. We have full duration as well, just about. Sliding in, overdrive, and the mashup from Fenrich getting caught out. This should be really good for Koopa Claus. Has plenty of bar here, and has wasted the overdrive timer.
Yeah, just wants to keep this combo going as long as possible to get rid of that overdrive in its completeness. Jazansen out of the corner, and a mash there by Fenrich. Such good instincts on this player, and the dangerous state means that there's additional damage being done.
Ooh, the RC though from Fenrich doesn't save his bacon. Koopa Claus finds a quick hit into overdrive. Distortion, and gets around on game number 2. Long and drawn out, but Koopa Claus showing the resilience of a veteran BLAZBLUE player.
Yeah, Fenrich was really trying to extend the combo there, but did drop, tried to RC to keep it safe, but the RC was so delayed that it wasn't plus anymore, which is why Koopa Claus mash out was the one that ended up victorious.
Speaking of mash out, try to anti-air, couldn't quite get it, counter hit, immediate throw, and a burst out again from Koopa Claus. But let's Koopa Claus set up the bits and the ribcage here as well as Fenrich now with a lot of bar, making the escape.
Yep. Super jump up, air dash there, just trying to stay as far away from the ribcage activation as possible.
And another solid hit at the end of ribcage. Koopa Claus going to get all that barrier back. Extended sequence here with the meaty. Overdrive available for Fenrich. Waiting it out and gets a 5A anti-air. Crossed under, good barriers from Koopa Claus, but a 5C just connects.
Yeah, Koopa Claus mashing at the worst possible state in that string, getting hit by a C counter hit starter. That's going to be more than enough damage to put Fenrich at set point here.
No, great stuff. Fenrich, even with like the small delays in just can guard string, enough to open, but the slidey from Koopa Claus finds the hit. It's going to finally get an early knockdown into the corner and a nice raw setup into ribcage. The roll forward getting caught out, and now Koopa Claus in full control.
Very much in the driver's seat right now. We may see a burst coming out from Fenrich soon. Another mix-up like this would be brutal, but what a walkout. That is that fundamental movement there. City of the Wolves top player. Fenrich just does it differently. That solved all of the problems, and it was the simplest solution.
You don't like being in the corner, you don't like being under tsunami pressure, just walk out.
Just walk out.
Just leave. Hit the bricks. But looks like Koopa Claus is trying to send Fenrich packing. You can't just go out the door for free as the knockdown's there. The pinwheel for pressure into the command grab super, but we hit that OD.
It could happen to you. 50-meter built right now for Fenrich. Goes for the reset, but great block and the mash afterwards for Koopa Claus. Fenrich regretting not spending the RC on that. Going to get torn apart by the distortion and looking like Koopa Claus, like he lost after that. Look at that.
Well, regrettably in a position that he would rather have not been in, but that clutch stand block, saving the day there as Fenrich really bet it all on the great reset, but how great was it? It was just that perfect timing of just pressing afterwards as well. I mean, that is overhead that typically eats people's lunches. That was just committing to the stand, and it just paid off really, really well. So we'll see how that interaction plays out in both these players' game plan for Game 3 to see who makes top 8 winners.
Yeah, the stress from Koopa Claus was real there. Jin Overdrive is such a good comeback mechanic for him. He can totally rob you with the ice resets. So now just trying to keep composure. You're here, almost winner side top 8 against one of the top seeds, one of the best players in BLAZBLUE.
Yeah,
Koopa Claus.
Koopa Claus. Man, you mixed me up there. You're about to say Fenrich.
No.
Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. To backdash out. Hitting that Murakoma unit backdash to make the escape. And again, not going to get hit while in danger state. So another big bonus here for Koopa Claus. But a lot of burst back for Fenrich at the very least because of being an active flow.
Yep. May have to save it for the next round, though. Koopa Claus in such a dominant position. Finds the hit after the tech as well, but can't finish the food.
Nice float hit there. Now Koopa Claus, after all of that, is on set point against Vitality Fenrich. One more round can put a big win on Koopa Claus' belt. Immediately going for overdrive in a great sequence here. It's going to stick Fenrich in the corner, going to put some ribcage on, and the pressure is going to commence.
Yeah, make sure that you get the corner position and get the damage, and is now really close to active flow for Koopa Claus. And Fenrich bursting no access to active flow is not going to be able to burst for the rest of the round. This is going to be total fundamentals, which Fenrich definitely has in excess.
Although that backdash again, making their way out, but a big jump in. We should be able to convert. Yeah, sky high with the ice. 6A does not mess up that time, and the RC for the extra credit. Fenrich with a little bit of a lead. If they could turn this round around, they can get so much more burst gauge and opportunity. Finally, their hit. DP for the extension. Koopa Claus with a small hero burst, committing to the ribcage, running it down.
Koopa Claus feels like if he's going to do it, he's got to do it now and stop the clock, Raph. Here we go. Take her down, and don't forget, she is the goddess.
With that command grab finish there, Koopa Claus, top 8 winner side.
Yes.
The pump up. It didn't work out the first time with that overdrive from Fenrich, but you don't have that resource ready for you. You aren't ready to get shmixed by the unblock. And now Fenrich is sent down into the loser's side where everybody who's there is just now taking a big gulp. And the stress is going to be hidden as now you got to go up against loser's bracket Fenrich.
What an upset to start us off, Raph. That was unbelievable. Koopa Claus was so dialed in. And as someone who has done okay against top players on stream sometimes, and then, still lost. I did not come to the end. But you're feeling that stress of, like, especially on, you block that 6A and you mash and, like, that's it. You're like I could do it. Like, I could win.
Hey.
And you saw that at the end with Koopa Claus, that hero burst. I think when he did that, he was like, if I don't do it now, it's not going to happen.
No. Yeah.
Like, I can't do a round 3. I need to take it.
I mean, committing to it. I mean, with the resources there that Izanami has, right? You burst there. You can get, if the burst hits, apply ribcage immediately. You have the meter to set up that mix-up where a nice RC anywhere can add on for maybe a potential last. Well, need a couple more hits maybe, but the command grab just being that one little dynamic factor of there's so much you're looking out for, but you cannot. Your IBs and great defense can only mean so much when you get hit by that one little extra cherry on top. So great stuff to Koopa Claus. They get a sigh of relief, and they get to wait a little bit later today to play again. But having that done in one match is a big weight off their shoulders.
Yeah, and someone on the loser side bracket path now looks a lot more dire.
Hey, that's how it goes, though.
And
it'll continue on with the rest of these amazing players who will be showing up here to try to match Koopa Claus in getting to the top 8, as we're going to be setting up for Ice Cool versus Play Guy. The Play Guy, Ragnar extraordinaire, so consistent all the way throughout. There's always at least one Ragnar. Any North American BLAZBLUE tournament, West Coast, East Coast, and in between, be it a beta dude, a play guy, and what have you, that always has a great run and does so good. And Play Guy's been up there so consistently. So it'll be a fun match between these two. As Ice Cool, I would say has the advantage, but never count Play Guy out.
This was one that I was so surprised to see winner side top 24. This is a grand finals at a lot of tournaments. This is insane. And one of them is going to be sent to losers before top 8.
Hey, any of these qualifying matches are absolutely absurd, so it's going to be really fun to see. And again, I talked about earlier, the variety is going to be really strong here. We're going to have that Susanoo versus Ragna, and then we have just all pretty much unique characters all the way throughout here. And like Exerd and like BLAZBLUE, it's been a testament to how great the communities are for a lot of either new or legacy anime fighting games. Is character representation is just through the roof.
Yeah, no, totally right, Raph. In the winner side qualifiers we have here, we no overlapping characters at all. So we're going to be seeing a lot of the cast here as they battle it out. Could do a quick button check between these two, and it just goes back and forth between these two. It's hard to say who has the advantage on any individual day. Well,
I'm curious
which one of them took the vitamins, had a more nutritious breakfast, ate the grapes, had an orange juice.
Hey, stay hydrated. You got to be ready. But it's another battle between good versus evil. We saw the Jin Kisaragi fall to the evil that is Izanami. Now we have final boss Susanoo going up against Ragna the hero. Will evil prevail once again, or can the side of light find a little respite here at Combo Breakers? It'll be really fun to see between, again, two great players as button checks are all done, and we're locked in for one hell of a match here.
Oh my, this is going to be exquisite. Ice Cool has such good defense. All of the top players have such good defense, but I feel like Ice Cool is right behind there in Monarch when it comes to players who can just block you out forever. And on the other hand, Play Guy, this dude will stagger pressure you until the timer runs out. This is going to be like Unbreakable Object meets Unstoppable Penetration. It's just going to be stagger, stagger, stagger for like 30 seconds.
Now, both of these players, they always mean business, and I just love how locked in they both are, focused and ready with a little fist pump to kick things off. But here we go. Play Guy, Ragnar the Blood Edge, Ice Cool, Susanoo. It's always a quick battle. It's always a stressful battle. Susanoo, the king of damage, once the momentum gets started, gets some good unlocks, and can really start playing the game. But Ragnar, a lot more straightforward, has some great buttons, and especially at a round start can be really good. But, you know, Ragnar is still, like, that's the protagonist. You always know kind of what to expect. Let's see if Play Guy can shake it up.
What we can definitely expect is a lot of 5B. These two are having a 5B off, two of the best 5Bs in the game.
All right, well, immediate air dash finds a nice little hit. We already have the spin dash unlock and the DP. Burying her the jump in, and then nice little straightforward dead spike in the dash cancel. Okay.
Both of them knowing what was happening with that air dash forward. Ice Cool realizing Play Guy was ready for it, as Play Guy was with the 6A.
Oh, and 2C, that backwards hitbox coming in clutch. RC for an extra hit with the jump C, but doesn't get a confirm off of it. Another big cross up, but right back at you from Play Guy. Finally gets a nice small hit.
Yeah, hitting from reverse on the JB.
So now you're seeing here, Play Guy's kind of playing with that dead spike. If he sees the dead spike get IB'd, he won't run in. But so far, Ice Cool has not been able to IB. Gets tagged in. We go into a small little hit. 2P Oki, and we find a connection.
Nice. Play Guy gonna put, oh! Ice Cool, huge mash out there. Getting some key unlocks now. And the overhead should be enough. Instant burst there from Play Guy.
All right, Play Guy feels good, though. They both have a lot of meter. DP, RC available on both sides. So, ooh, level 2 spin dash. Has the spike with the 2C. We have the bar to get the kill. We're just going to go immediately into it. Oh, we dropped the finale. Nice counter assault.
Play Guy just trying to go to neutral here. Does not want to deal with the DPRC right now from Ice Cool. Going for the overhead.
Okay. Barrier's good here. Ice Cool air dashing around but gets the stomp.
Oh my, Ice Cool expected it to be blocked in time out there. My goodness. Tried to go for the cross of DPRC in the clutch. That was an unbelievable end wrap.
That's the slow burn matchup. So much mutual respect here. But Ice Cool fighting early hit. It's going to go for a quick overdrive to get to the corner, get a couple more unlocks available as well, and this is the perfect start if you are Ice Cool Susan.
Yep, Grand Viper 4 confirms low crush with the overhead Sonic spin. And now Play Guy will have this burst or overdrive to use on defense, but Ice Cool, this life lead looks insurmountable right now.
And how do you like the staggered 2A pressure right back at you? The perfect, almost imminent. There's the air dash in. Play Guy forced to block. Weird hit on the air spin dash, but now Ice Cool just one hit away.
Quick tech out, no check on the air dash in.
All right, DP, RC available, but the jump C counter hit. Gauntlet Hades, we got a little start, and because it's Ragna, going to get a little bit of that life back. If we can find a Devoured by Darkness, if we can find any kind of super, we're not going to find nothing. DPRC.
Great defense there by Ice Cool. Can block forever. The instant block barriers are also exquisite from Ice Cool. Like we were talking about, such good defense from this player. And also weaving it in, we saw some really good mashes, some really good DPs. Isn't afraid to also represent the scarier options on defense, which is why he's such a tough nut to crack.
And you see here, all these jumping from Play Guy has to bear her out. That's Lucy hitbox, covering so much of that space on landing. A couple IBs though. Electricity for a counter hit, more pressure coming out from Ice Cool, but double IB up backs, but still has not found a way to get that boot on Susan.
Yeah, Ice Cool loving those spark hands. That has been one of the more recent developments, I feel like, for Susanoo, is how much they like shock hands now. Great air throw, though, now for Play Guy, as this combo is going to take Ice Cool, put some damage on him, keep him in the corner.
Okay, Bear Edge. The weight and that neutral jump, no DPRC if it whiffs entirely. The one downside of Ice Cool, of Susanoo's DP, it is grounded, but nice blocks. We have not gotten hit by the Gauntlet Hades whatsoever in a guard string, and DPRC to save the day again, keeping that in our pocket. Nice tech though from Play Guy.
Oh my, wow, what was that, Raph?
Run up 6B, but right back at you. Bait me all you want, you're not gonna stop me from letting it rip. Play Guy though, not going for DP themselves. Nice stability, has to RC to keep it safe, but Ice Cool makes some space.
The space has been closed at this point. Ice Cool finding the throw. Play Guy spending that burst to stay alive. But with this life deficit, we may see a timeout once again. Gonna burn some of the clock on this combo.
And once more, that is 3 for 3 on DPRC. Play Guy looking at the pad, shaking, blowing it off, and shaking their head a little bit, a little frustrated with those situations because, again, they baited out one DPRC, and Ice Cool's just like, that's fine.
Yep.
Keep trying to bait it out. You're not going to stop me, and right now the throw is going to connect for a big start here for Ice Cool in the potential final round.
Man, and looks like could be making it to winner's top 8 with a perfect here. Ice Cool finding the big hit here. I don't think Burst is coming back fast enough, Raph.
Needs to find a magic hit here to try to do something, but the jump in's going to seal the deal. 2-0 between the both, and Ice Cool top 8 winner side, a combo breaker.
Play Guy still has that opportunity in losers to make it out as well, which I think is quite likely, Raph. But Ice Cool, yes, securing that. Ice Cool is my pick to take it, of course. And yeah, those DPRCs, Raph, just seeming to work out every single time for Ice Cool. We're finally finishing it off.
I mean, it's too good of a tool not to happen. I mean,
yeah.
You know, as much as you want to press, as much as you try to make that comeback happen, you know, Ragna's going to have to play at that up-close range, but that's always a factor, right? Doesn't have the ability to zone out, doesn't really have a projectile game to play around, so always going to have to put their hand into the blender, and Ice Cool just recognizing that consistently and just saying, nah, why not? It's worked like 90% of the time. You baited it out once, but So that's great composure from Ice Cool, living up to their name once again. We'll have to face Koopa Claws later in top 8 winners.
Man, that is quite the analogy. Hand in the blender for mashing into the DP. 24 for BLAZBLUE Central Fiction here at Combo Breaker 2026. We've gotten through some half of our top 8 winner side qualifiers and 2 to go here. What's going on next, Raph?
We got MavFam versus Monarch. Sorry, MassFam. It's going to be crazy seeing Iron Tiger out here in this perfect prime position to try to qualify. But unfortunately, if you're MassFam, you drew the worst top 8 qualifying matchup as the zoning king himself. The king of keep away, the hands off my throne, Monarch. a consistent champion of BLAZBLUE Central Fiction and a master of so many games that end in the word blue.
That's a great one, Raph. Yeah, getting into it. Here we go, Monarch versus MassFam, the battle of the M's. And it will be interesting because Monarch will definitely keep MassFam away forever. But there is a level, I'm thinking about this, Raph, where it's like Monarch's known for such good defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the grappler, non-techable throw, if MassFam can get close enough, maybe that changes the calculus a little bit. Maybe the defense is a little bit less sustainable.
IBs mean a lot. Ooh, the purple tech roll forward, not counting out, but again, Tager does have some options to kind of deal with stuff. You're going to have the sledge that goes through some projectiles. It's going to have the magnet shot. Once charged done, is a little bit of a threat, but Monarch aware, but immediate 2D is going to force the burst out from Monarch.
Yeah, that was going to be a big fatal starter, and Monarch is just trying to stay as not magnetized as possible. Keep my particles uncharged, please.
All right, gravity wells there, RC low, MassFam trying to hit the tech roll with the shot, but nice Monarch delay tech. All this space perfect there, but a backdash. It's going to let MassFam get a little pressure, but we out.
Oh. RC on the overhead, get with the low. Monarch mixing up MassFam, something good right now.
All right, back to that perfect space. Gravity wall's good. Backdash shot. Again, not working out, and the big command grab, not going to really do anything there. Monarch, solid first round.
Yeah, maybe expecting a command dash in. Additionally, the full invulnerability on that could be quite nice, but it's just too punishable at that range. Monarch taking full advantage of it.
Yeah, and a good round start low. Clips the sledge immediately, but we sledge on wake up. Finally, our first knockdown. Going to put Monarch in the mix and did not barrier that. And we have a big chance for MassFam having Monarch in the corner.
Well, this is the grappler opportunity. You only get so many, so you got to spend it well. Seeing MassFam extending with the RC, and there we go, just a clean super jump out.
Woo! Counter assault with into the command grab, but immediate jump and the block on the burst. Uh-oh, Monarch ready to make a comeback with active flow, gonna have overdrive available and plenty of resources.
Really dialed in on the psychology there. That burst was immediate from MassFam, and Monarch could not have been more ready for it.
All right, life lead Monarch again there. We do have a charge here, at least from MassFam. If they can block out this small sequence, we get the flip overhead, and that should do it.
Cleaning it up here, spending the overdrive just to make it a little bit more consistent. And yeah, I mean, that's exactly kind of what we expected to see, right, Raph? Very good zoning from Monarch. MassFam did get that one opportunity, but Monarch's defense is just too good.
And yeah, 100%. Like sniffed out that one command grab, the second one, and just avoided it entirely and just turned the tides really, really well. But again, not a position that MassFam hasn't been in before. Understands the struggle dealing with characters like Lambda. Has to just block this out well. Gets a nice time jump in and immediate burst up from Monarch. Make that space.
Oh no, wasn't able to armor through with the Spark Bolt charge there. Let it go a little bit too early.
Okay, tech out. There's the Spark Bolt, but now has to charge up again. Watch out though, he get clipped on with Punish. And Monarch can continue that lead and Wedge Catapult. Not the right answer again.
Cute little confirm here for Monarch. Gonna be setting up. Oh, again, Raph. That mix-up has been demolishing MassFam recently. Blocks the overhead just to get RC'd and hit by the low.
Yeah, tough spot. I mean, I know, again, Tager really wants to be able to move forward with Sledge. It's just being clipped either with the lows or the punishes. Spark Bolt gets checked. Should be the round here for Monarch. It's going to set up match point. Clinical execution 100%.
And that's what we see from Monarch in every game that he plays. It's that clinical, slowly tearing apart that he does to players. That's his affinity for the zoner archetype. That space control at any range has something to be able to do. And normally when you get in on a zoner, you're supposed to be able to kill them, but because Monarch's defense is so good as a player, that just does not happen.
Not at all, and it's just this struggle as MassFam stuck in the gravity seed, has to just chill, try to overdrive and press, but immediately got blessed. Monarch can just run down this overdrive timer, has plenty of meter for more mix-ups. Just going to be really hard pressed for MassFam to make the magic happen. Ooh, blue beat combo, extra credit. Yep. Ooh,
Nice.
we finally get a command grab. That's a little something into the gadget finger. Small mix up there. The
Nice.
air throw, catch the jump out. Monarch has been going to that a lot. And a nice catch from MassFam.
Has the read now, maybe going for the 720 for lethal. Oh, but this is going to be an easy punish with the 720 through that overdrive, and Monarch will be going down around your MassFam with that brutalizing takedown.
Nah, I mean, Monarch overextended with the overhead on the run-up. Nice from MassFam to hit that overdrive, Emerald driver, but try to jump in. A quick anti-air there from the master of the space. Now Monarch early lead, gravity seed is up, and now it's back to being in jail.
Yeah. Poor Tager can't move as usual, but Gravity Seed makes him move even less. Luckily, that Buster's going to help him out quite a bit.
Although, the jump out again, Monarch not afraid after that last air-to-air command grab connected. Easier to go to the sky and take that damage. Overhead gets blocked, and so does the Spark Bolt.
Oh, nice little anti-air projectile there for Monarch. Taking MassFam apart piece by piece.
Dashes out, nice little zip through just to make that space again. Sparkle available with the punish on the sledgehammer, and it just tough spot for MassFam. Gonna overdrive again, but got hit trying to press, and that might be it after this next sequence.
At least we'll burn a lot of the overdrive timer on MassFam. Make sure that resource can't be used anymore. Tries to backdash, but the projectile will catch, and with that, Monarch will be making top 8 winner side.
Well fought from MassFam. It is not an easy time whatsoever dealing with just the captain of Keep Away throughout that. Had some great moments here and there, but just no, too few and far between. Monarch top 8 winner side, meeting alongside the likes of Koopa Claus and Ice Cool. So the king ascending to that throne.
Yeah, and we saw a quick little post-match breakdown between our two players. Definitely two grinders, so they want to talk about the game.
Oh, making exceptional. See, you see all those replays and all those little moments, and just Monarch really always well aware, not afraid to make their escapes with either special moves, just raw jumps, and it's on MassFam to make so many good reads to kind of survive that onslaught. So, that dynamic of these matchups has been interesting because you have all these different archetypes. Like BLAZBLUE has so many different archetypes facing off against each other. But a tried and true like zoner versus grappler matchup you see in so many fighting games is still very fun to watch in BLAZBLUE because of just the intricacies of it all.
And it's so tough what you're talking about there, Raph, the zoner versus grappler matchup in BLAZBLUE, because the zoners need way to deal with BLAZBLUE characters who are super mobile and super crazy. So Gravity Seed destroys them, but it also, for Tager, he can't do anything.
He can, it happens. I mean, does that help that this man is made of a big clunk of metal? So, I mean, that's already the life you live, but so far, more chances there for MassFam. And moving on into our next match as JIV versus Towedo. The Bullet Master Towedo representing Boston Blue Beat. It's going to be a very, very fun match because Towedo has made great strides and made great showing. An exciting player to see. But JIV, though, has a lot to show out here, so it could be exciting to see if JIV can make a small little upset and take Towedo down.
Yeah, we got a little East Coast versus West Coast going on here as well. JIV coming in from the state of California. I forget if he's NorCal or SoCal, which is what actually matters. And I did see Towedo warming up the Naoto at the setup right before Top 24 started.
Okay.
I don't imagine that Towedo is angling for the mirror, but we could see anything is possible.
All right. Your DP wars are cute and all.
Nah.
Okay.
They're going for it.
We got to show y'all. Thank you for trying. Like, hey, check this out. No, not quite. We ain't ready for that one, though.
They were trying to ascend to the sky.
Well, we'll see who will ascend to top 8 winner side. That might be a little bit easier, to be honest.
Yeah, we got the bullet locked in for Towedo.
And Naoto Kuragane on the side of JIV.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that for JIV. JIV also does have an Amane and an S in the back pocket, so could kind of try and mix it up, but I do feel that you got to go tried and true.
All right, we'll lock in once more. Big matchup in our final top 8 winner side qualifier between these two titans of BLAZBLUE. Rebel 1, action! Overhead, first blood to JIV, and off to the corner we go.
I like to see the simple mix-ups come up early in a first to two. Really make your opponent be thinking about them on offense, even as you kind of stop doing them, or do them less as the set goes on.
That time we hit the low. Nice extension here from JIV in full control. And this is going to be a bullet finally getting a hit. It's going to be able to power up. No, we're going to burst to avoid that, but at least overdrive is going to give her the heat. And now gets a solid hit.
Yeah, can definitely take this to the bank and to the corner. Towido doing quite a bit of damage.
DPRC available though. Oh, we got the air-to-air counter hit. No confirm, but that should be enough to finish it here.
Yep, luckily Towido getting that active flow with the overdrive combo, so we'll be at a bit of an overdrive advantage going into this next round.
We'll see how much it works. That normal again, nice call out early from JIV, but a nice jump in. It's gonna find the drive, and off we go. Heat level 1.
Yeah, Bullet using her signature drive, that reticle there, and that command grab where she scrapes you across the floor.
It's great. Towido finally getting to play. All momentum here on this Bullet champion, but we finally hit a raw DP with even without any meter to RC. We're being brave.
Air overdrive to try and stop JIV from jailing. But what a huge punish there on the EA. JIV super well spaced out for that, but a unusual drop there.
Oh, small little guard break. Gotta be careful here. We still have a little bit of heat gauge available, trying to keep. Oh, but JIV misses the cross up. Nice from Towido. Avoiding it, trying to DP. It's getting blessed.
Man, Towido trying to lock on and lock in here. This blue beat. I mean, it's good branding, Towido, to get hit by that, but I don't know if it's good for your tournament life. What a wake-up mash.
100 bar. Gonna pop up here. Uppercut to avoid with the overdrive. Nice call out from Towido. You love to see it as JIV with the meter making a big brain play to keep alive in game 1.
Yeah, the invincibility locking out the opportunity for DPRC because that DP did not connect it, so you can't rapid cancel. Towido, though, going to be down that overdrive. Good DP through the overhead.
Nice early hit, though, from JIV on a counter hit air-to-air combo, but now Towido finally getting the power up. Throws out the projectile. That's the double hit. JIV, though, tries to get a cross up. Gets hit by that 2B, excuse me.
Setting up the reticle.
Okay. Little hop kick. DP gets baited, but no punish.
Yeah, a little bit too space out there. Huge mash there from Towido. Check this overdrive from JIV. What's it going to be? Are we going to see a big 8 seconds?
Okay. Light pressure. Big jump-ins as well. Overdrive. Nice and safe with the 2As.
Yep, Towido very, very fine eating the EA there. Was not going to be any sort of damage. So you'd much rather just make sure that JIV is blocking as opposed to being able to move during that overdrive.
Throw is no good here. Towido with the lead, gets the low. Doesn't have resources yet to finish this job, but should be able to build it here. Doesn't even need to, actually. Good, clean finish. Towido up 1.
Very well played there by Towido at the end. Both players taking a moment here. At the precipice now of top 8, the pressure has got to be intense.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, but pressure makes diamonds, and both of these players be shining bright. JIV, who had some great early starts there, but couldn't keep up that momentum. But Towido knows that you cannot let the gas off the pedal now that you're getting your bullet to get the action started and get to play.
Here we go. We've settled in. Round 2 ready to go.
Okay. Jump back. Early hit, but a DP again. Towido not afraid. Let it rip, let it rock.
It is so unusual to be watching a set where Bullet is DPing more than Naoto is.
Go ahead.
I think that says something about Towido's confidence in what JIV wants. And JIV's fear in Towido's pressure.
And Naoto players only want one thing, and it's disgusting. But right now, Towido got good tech on the grab once again. But the big jump in, unfortunately no confirm, but the overhead is going to work out. RC almost had the extension.
Another really key drop there from JIV. It's not only the damage that's being lost, but also the knockdowns that are so key in an anime game where pressure is so oppressive.
Oh, found the roll out of the corner though. Big jump hit, but again, no confirm on it. Small drops from JIV, but the DP into the RC, drop the combo, chance.
A race to the bottom here. Each player Azuna dropping each other when it comes to the drops, and that big hit there for JIV is going to be the one who made the least mistakes.
And the bionic arm finisher, JIV again, round 1 on the board. Toledo holding on to that burst very, very well here. Now making that space, counter hit on the dash Rekkas, but a DP again, gonna find its mark.
Toledo is just hammering that DP.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta let it rip. Naruto players want to be fighting up close and personal, right? And it's on JIV to really be aware and make that count by blocking it out.
Yeah, has not been baiting it so far. Oh my. Running in there with the crush trigger. Denied by Toledo. Overdrive spent for the corner positioning. We'll find it.
Command grab's good. Not powered up though, so it's just gonna be pressure. Should be able to pow. Should have been able to EA there, but missed it.
That could have been a free EA, but maybe JIV was feeling a little bit more greedy, maybe trying to sway through the projectile or something like that, but a good 2B starter here.
It had enough overdrive left to make this to coast with some solid damage. Okay, how are we gonna mix it up? Gets the tag on the no tech, and that's another nice extension.
Oh my gosh, Toledo.
Reaction command grab all the way through the reversal match point Toledo. What a hit on that as JIV was trying to cash out something fierce.
Okay, I saw Toledo on the setups before Top 24 playing Naoto himself as the character, and he was experiencing things like that. What about when someone overdrives through my projectile super? What about stuff like that? I think Toledo, he's just an encyclopedia. He knows too much about this game, and he knows too much about Naoto for JIV to get anything by him.
All right, nice IBs and nice blocks, waiting out all of this overdrive. Perfect spot, finds the fireball hit, and now Toledo over half-life in the lead here, in full control.
Starter here from JIV, cannot keep it going. Finally baiting out the DP, but the way JIV is retreating means that he can never punish it.
Oh wait, finally gets a clean hit. Dash, DP, nice extension there. We're even things up, not too bad here. DP once more, I8 delayed IAD getting eaten up. And again, JIV just getting smoked by uppercuts. Oh, TRM, that should be it.
Oh no. Looked like there could have been some shenanigans there, but in the end, oh, Toledo, you know, JIV really, as we can see, really wanted that winner side, top 8. But keeping it together, Toledo helping out with the composure, keeping the mental up, because remember that JIV right now is down but not out, still has the opportunity for a loser's run into top 8.
Yeah, but the camaraderie, I mean, 100% beautiful thing to see. All those players just really, really big friends, this community tight-knit there. And a heartbreaking loss is always going to be hard, but it's a little softer with some good friends by your side. And like big ups to showing Toledo with like the compassion there at the end, just understanding that situation. Haven't been in there before, right? So understands how much JIV wanted, just like Toledo wanted it that bad. But you know, what makes the fighting game so beautiful is just, you know, the friendships that we have here, and you know, anything to soften the blows and a tournament going always keeps us our heads straight and keeps us going forward.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. There was always like my dad thought there was a paradox between having a running team, because running is such a solo activity, just like playing fighting games. You know, your wins and losses are your own. You rise and fall based on your own things. But there is a level where you need other people struggling the same way that you are if you really are going to push through it, because otherwise you're just going to bounce off. So that's why the community is such an important part of fighting games.
No, of course. It's a beautiful part. FGC for a reason, right? That C is community. Love to see it. But with that, we have our top 8 winner side all locked and loaded. Toledo on the bullet, Monarch with the Lambda. Then you have Ice Cool on the Susanoo, and Koopa Claus with the upset over Fenrich, making it end up with Izanami, which moves us down to the loser side. We're going to have a match between Cam and Vexia to kind of move things forward, as we're going to be inching our way towards these losers qualifying matches for top 8. We have some good fun stuff before then.
Yeah, so not even in qualifying territory right now. We're just figuring out who are going to go up against the people who lost in the winner's side of our top 24. And this is going to be quite an interesting match, because sometimes you fly across the world just to play against someone you've played against a million times. Cam coming up, of course, from New York City, rocking the TSB tag. And Vexia has also shown up at TSB plenty of times as well. So we'll be seeing some well-trodden fields here, some interactions that I've seen many times before between these two.
No,
it's gonna
be great. It's gonna be fantastic. Again, we've seen a lot of these players play time in and time out, and all the different regions represented have had great sets. Even like World Serpent Championship online tournament that was hosted by Chixama, who's still in top 24, stuff like that. And of course, like you mentioned, like Boston Blue Beat, and you saw some TNSs here and there. All these great online events to complement all these cool offlines like we have here at Combo Breaker. So always a good time to be playing BLAZBLUE and get into it. The community is always mashing every week, and it's a fun time. So if you like what you're seeing, pick it up on Steam, PlayStation, whichever, and get to know the folks and play some catch up.
Yeah, but I mean, BLAZBLUE is always on sale. Very affordable, very fun to get into. There's definitely a character who will appeal to you, as it is so creative and covers like such a breadth of different things that you could possibly want to do in a video game, whether it's polluting the screen or whether it's punching people in the face, just like we saw with Naoto there from JIV.
Oh yeah, again, that's been the game as legacy and as long held as BLAZBLUE Central Fiction. It's something for everybody and just a real fun time. So just have fun with it and make it out to a Combo Breaker. Come out to a big offline event like this and just mash and have a great time. I mean, we got like the best seats in the house. We're enjoying ourselves, myself and Deadward. And I hope you're all right too in the chat. Keeping it clean, I hope, and just making sure you're rooting for your favorite players through and through.
And I mean, it has been so exciting from the start there. I've already seen so many things that are like, that's definitely making it into the Combo Breaker highlight reel. That scene at the end with JIV and Toito was just so, like, exemplifies such an important part when it comes to competition, when these are people you're not facing once or twice. It's like you're going to play them 1,000 times.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It's been fun, We've seen a lot of the good action all this weekend, and still plenty of finals day across the board and all different streams. So if you're just bouncing around different streams, hanging out with us, watching some other stuff too at the same time, take it all in. If you can't be here, it's always good just to enjoy the vibes, whichever way you can. So looks like our players are getting on deck now and be getting set up for our match. So it'll be a fun, stressful time, as these are the last chance matches in losers to survive all of this mess.
Yeah, I'm a sicko. I love it when players are facing elimination. You got to put it all on the line, as we've got here Tri-State's own Vexia versus Cam here.
Love that from Cam, representing Puerto Rico out here. So I'm really happy to see some Boricua representation on the stream.
Yeah, with the flags from the Netherlands players brought as well. Cam is Mr. Worldwide right now.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
All right, so another little button check just to make sure we're all square as we're about to just jump in. No mistakes can be had. Not leaving anything up to that, as we want to make sure we are locked in and ready to party here for some losers matches. 2 games to move forward. Winner of this gets a chance to fight Fenrich for a top 8 loser side match. So your reward for a big battle is fighting the BLAZBLUE player.
Man, this would be poor players who will have the opportunity. And I mean, it's worth it to gun for, because imagine knocking Fenrich out at 9th at Combo Breaker. That would be unbelievable.
Well, don't be thinking too far ahead, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's not put that into the ether. We still got plenty of matches before we can even think about what the future may hold. But looks like we're trying to figure out left from right.
Figure out our headphones here between these two. And again, this is something that you'll see if you just tune into a TSB on a weekend. This is a matchup that you're almost always going to see. I will say Cam will usually take it over Vexia, but at Combo Breaker, anything can happen. It's a 1st to 2.
Yeah, I mean, all the way through, you don't get that luxury of a 1st to 3 for a long time. But keeping up with the variety, Noel versus Mai. two more. A nightmare character in Mai Natsume, and then you have Noelle. She's trying her best. Had been a terror in the past, but now it's going to be maybe a tall order. But we'll see how our approach is going to be as we're about to lock in for our first game of this set.
Yeah, Cam on the Noelle, known for his JD usage, those gunshots in the air, the rainfall. Vexia, on the other hand, playing a incredibly solid Mai Natsume, going to be taking to the air, firing off those projectiles, getting in those enhanced dives, as here we go.
All right, off to the start. Vexia making some space. A quick anti-air, though, from Cam. Early hit to the corner we go. And now, how well can we put that schmicks on Mai?
Oh, just a meaty 6C connecting there. This is going to be big damage for Cam. Reset into the overhead.
Oh, but we do a small drop here. Vexia now gets an early hit. The chase down with the grab. And now off to the other corner we're going to go, but a backdash. Almost worked out. We try to press after.
Yeah, got a little greedy there, Cam, trying to press after the backdash.
Okay, burst out. Cam making some space. Wants to maintain their life lead by a bit, but Vexia now has an overdrive, although there's a small punish on the air spear.
There's smash out there to JD from Cam. Good tech there from Vexia.
Okay, counter hit again. Cam striking first blood, getting a nice little kill there off the errant hit with the rundown.
Trying to hit a clip here like it's Call of Duty. The dual pistols.
Gun Fu in 2026. One of the original Gun Fu characters to come out in any real fighting game.
Yeah.
The tried and true, and Cam is working out. Off to the coast we go. Overhead gets blocked, but there's more drive pressure and gets the overhead.
Yeah, there's also another overhead coming, but Cam just cannot seem to be getting the confirm off of that overhead. Always missing the 6C. Maybe some cold hands here on stage, but Cam's really got to work that out if he's hoping to take it over Vexia.
And Vexia just rushing down. Mai just not being able to swing. I've been seeing no 2Cs. Attempted anti-airs. Even trying to zone with the spear toss. Getting checked. No drive for you. And Cam, one more solid hit can put them in the perfect position to close out.
Just spamming some drives here. Finds the counter hit to get the wall bounce, and that should be enough for Cam. Double super is available, but does not even need any of that meter.
No, that rush down was immense. Vexia just looking lost in the sauce there all the way throughout. It was tough because, if a Mai is not willing to commit with those normals and try to just keep Noelle at bay or punish that movement, and then you just see Cam just taking advantage of those situations and just pressing over and over again with impunity.
And you can tell that these players play each other a lot because it's, no one's giving anyone the cold shoulder. That was a big conversation between them that we saw in the player cams in between.
Well, let's see. The in-game conversation, though, means a lot more. And I know Vexia's got a bit more to say here as Cam, the one-game lead, one more to move on to a match with Fenrich.
Well, Vexia, you better speak now or forever hold your peace. Cam is a game up, so you may not have much more to say. Oh, my. Cam just using and abusing that air dash there.
All right, though, finally, Vexia early hit, keeping Cam in the corner. 5-8 pressure, keep it safe, but immediate. Recognizing you're baiting the EA, gets a quick drive out, and now it's Vexia in the corner.
Blasting away with the shotgun. Ooh, nice little low mix up there. Cam has been going overhead so often that Vexia is just expecting it to come at this point.
And we found a drive hit, too. It's only about 2K damage, so nothing crazy. RC the Spring Raid just to keep it going. And overhead one more time. Vexia looking just in such a tough position, has not been able to get started.
Super high JD there from Cam. Now 4D trying to find something on the wake up, maybe a mash or something. Throw counter for Vexia.
All right, all we got is just a setup into a spear toss. Cam still maintaining the lead. Gets the anti-air, couldn't finish it out, but all he's going to need is one more hit.
Double kind of backdash there from Vexia, running out of barrier right now. Nice extension there. Found the corner with that. Finds the roll. Dropping the combos though.
All right, jump C's good. RC just to keep this going. Dashes in 5-8 to stay safe. And immediate drive. hits Vexia and puts Cam at match point.
Yeah, the 4D for all of that invul that's on it. Cam able to bust through. Small, but not small at all. That was a big anti-air there from Vexia.
Finally, using that 2C, that button is supposed to be one of the biggest differentiators. But you see the bait out new, so that's the big part. Cam has been mixing up those jump-ins, so it's not been as good as a tool as Vexia would want.
Yeah, I think that's why we haven't been seeing it so much, Raph, is because Cam just mixes in that JD all the time, and now Cam has gotten the overdrive out of Vexia. Those tech buttons helping out Vexia, though.
Okay, the rollout, nice, quick frame trap. Vexia looking to maybe get the first life lead of a round here, but immediate tech into the JD. Gets counter-salted out, back roll though, gets tagged. Not a great spot here, as Cam's just gonna need one more solid hit, immediate burst from Vexia.
Oh, unblockable projectile, able to get through it with the drive.
Almost all our meters spent for counter assaults. Has one more available just in case. Tried to press, and that should do it.
One final overhead there from Cam. Vexia had to eat so many of them. And now we got the crowd cheering for Cam. The flag is coming out.
And a nice big hug. Lots of love between both these players. But moving on to fight Fenrich, it's gonna be Cam.
With the Fox McCloud. Mission accomplished. Mission.
Nice back air, bro.
What Fox says, mission complete.
Mission, there you go. You got it right.
There we go. There we go. This is his iconic Fox line. If I had seen the Mario Galaxy movie, I'd be able to make more references for Fox, I guess. But C'est la vie. Should have been there while it was in theaters.
It's fine. Play Star Fox. It's a good game.
I mean, yeah.
It's a great game. Anyway, you can go play Star Fox while you have a little bit of break here at Combo Breaker. So stick around for some more BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Top 24 Losers action, as we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, for more Combo Breaker 2026 BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Top 24. We are neck deep in the losers side. We're having our matches to see who will get to the top 8 qualifiers. It's been a great series here so far. I'm Raph with Deadwood for some more. How have you been enjoying these matches so far?
So good. So disappointed to see that New York team kill. But we're going to see another New York player here, so I'm actually so excited in my go on Rachel going up against Chickzama on Hazama.
Yup. Chickzama, one of the leaders in the community. They've been hosting events online so well, offline too, making great runs, getting second place at Texas Showdown just recently. In a really generational run, and loser side is not going to be any easier, especially against my GOAT on that amazing Rachel. So it'll be a fun matchup as you have two high mobility characters. Hazama using the Ouroboros to chain around can be a good tool to help kind of keep Rachel in check, but still those projectiles and all of the mess that Rachel can put on screen can put a damper on where Hazama may want to be. And both characters really having some small defensive options, going to rely on counter assaults or taking the risk with the cat chair on the side of my GOAT. Can be interesting to see how they defend against each other once they start being able to apply pressure.
And this is a big tournament. If this is your first time watching BLAZBLUE Central Fiction, you'll be introduced to George, the lovable frog who walks slowly across the bottom of the screen before exploding in a burst of electricity. We love him so much. We hate to fight him, but he is cute.
We'll see how cute George the 13th can be, but those, snakes versus frogs, snakes have a pretty good matchup against them, let's be honest.
Well, it's not just frogs, Raph, it's also bats and cats and umbrellas and lightning. How do snakes do against electricity?
I don't know. I've never shocked a snake before.
I don't think
I'm going to do it anytime soon.
As you should.
But all right, friendly fist bumps coming out from both these great players here. So again, this is a huge match because again, you stay alive if you survive this one, and if you win, you get a date with the play guy.
Oh, very appealing. A date with play guy. How much do you think that would auction for? Doesn't matter. We'll find out who will win between Mygo and Chickzama here. As we'll see Mygo immediately fly away at round start, I imagine. Oh no, flying in.
I don't blame you. But Chixama gets that early Earth Blood and gonna drag Rachel down to the corner. Ouroboros again for a small extension. And now we are in the Hazama blender, and a quick 5A is gonna hit.
All right, there he is, George, climbing across the bottom of the screen, threatening, flying and being pushed around the wind. You can hear his rivets there as Chixama now getting shocked by the lightning rods Maigo set up.
Okay, overhead. It's going to force the burst out here. Well, force just bursting. Chixama wants to get out of that corner. But Maigo, another nice hit, gets the life lead.
All right, that super also regains Rachel quite a bit of wind, that bar on the bottom of her screen in red, allowing her to move across with unparalleled agility, as well as move all her projectiles as well.
Oh, nice catch with the chain. Gonna zip in, finds the jump E, right into Jahaku Hotenjin. Extension should be enough with a little bit of meter we have. Keep it simple. And now Serpent's Infernal Raptor.
Yes, Hazama, that infamous double super, adds so much damage to all of his combos when he's able to get it. And Hotenjin is quite the easy thing to route into.
Yeah, good stuff. Gets a quick Ouroboros hit. The drive, confirming to the corner. Maigo has no free room to move. It's the threat of just Hazama catching you so well, and Chixama's so good at positioning the drive to catch.
Wow, dodging bullets there from Maigo, just gliding right past the stance follow-up hit anti-airs.
Okay. Small knockdown. There's the George. Going to end up not being any useful, and we find a big hit, keeping Rachel in the corner, but the jump out should be able to make some space.
Being followed by the bats. Plenty of wind to spend right now for Maigo. Actually running a little low right now, but this start is going to be very auspicious for Maigo, getting some of that bar back.
Right. Countersold immediately. Tempest Dahlia going to get IB'd. Nice blocks there from Chixama, and tried again going for the drive into the grab. Instead is going to get met with a 6A.
Good starter there. Maigo, though, once again, pretty low on wind. Needs to be much more honest here, but never mind. We're just going to go for the standing overhead instead.
Okay, jailing with the jump C. Chixama has to deal with the Tempest Dahlia again, and nice. Gets right around it. It's going to chain in to 6B, 6A whiff. It's a Hotenjin. Opportunity to turn this around. Maigo doesn't want to have to spend the burst. Instead, decides to let it rip just to get that space again and keep the lead.
Yeah, has a ton of wind, and now Chixama is out of barrier, meaning that all of his chip is sticking until Overdrive is going to help out with that a little bit.
All right, almost out of barrier again. Tempest Dahlia is going to come through. A lot of chip here, one more. And there it is, the bat from behind.
The bat out of hell there from Maigo. Going to tag Chixama from behind, secure it.
Ooh, nice escape. Blocked the drive and immediately just jumped. Winded out. Good use of the drive here just to make sure we're out of the space. Jump C confirm. Nicely done. Maigo converting off that into George.
And going to get a little bit of poison off of it as well. Just a little bit more damage when the combo is already scaled as is.
Counter hit on the overhead. 6B once more. Almost a perfect here.
Oh.
And that Lobelia off the top. Gonna do it for Maigo to 1-up in this big set.
Big perfect there for Maigo. What a scramble there at the end. Likely looking for the burst that was about to come back from Chixama. Chixama actually taking a moment on the rematch screen right now. Got to think about what went wrong in that set, and especially when your tournament life is on the line here at Combo Breaker.
Never gets any easier, but we immediately get a small little hit. Blood Red Chixama just throwing out, but a small whiff. It's going to let Maigo get a small hit, and now they're both just trading glancing blows.
Running away with the win, getting a little bit low though. You got to remember, whenever Chixama does a lot of mobility, we'll also need to wait for the chains to come back.
Okay, a non-charged low off of the stance. Gonna find a cross-up and a burst up from Maigo. Small deficit there. Gonna hit overdrive immediately, and the EA, the range. Wow, active flow and the corner switch.
Yeah, the active flow damage was brutal there on the EA.
Okay, backing up. Nice movement here from Maigo, but gets caught out. One more hit should do it here from Chixama.
Yeah, Maigo down but not out. Losing a lot of those lightning rods with that activation.
Oh, gonna send out the bats once more. George's gonna whiff as well, and Chixama can just run now.
Out
They
of
don't-
chains though. Has to hold this.
Well, if you're Migo, you don't want to go in all willy-nilly either, so that's a tough spot. How do you approach and how do you get this hit?
Well, you got to start approaching soon. 28 seconds on the clock. Migo's got to make something happen.
All right, Tempest Dahlia gets a tag, and a Lobelia is there, but we're going to jump, use the wind to approach with the drive. Chixama still healthy leading.
You know, oh, okay. You know, if nothing else, Raph, your burst comes back faster when you're at low health, so Migo could just time it out to get more resource, but danger state now. Chixama taking additional damage. Migo, could you get overdrive to stop the clock? I don't believe so.
And the ooh, we trade with the jump C. The little leggy comes out on the back end, and Chixama survives.
And with the stanky leg.
All right, jump in. Quick low. Migo holding onto that burst. And the blue beat combo. Gonna get a small knockdown. Will Migo go for the overdrive, or we're gonna hit that burst if we can hit again?
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, I agree. Getting hit by 3C counter hit. Do not want Chixama to get that big damage. But the jump in, we have two drives available, but the cross-up connects.
Putting on the pressure now, getting that wind, more chip damage, more barrier lost right now for Chixama. George keeping him in the corner.
All right, wind tech, nice way to escape. Just going for that back tech with the wind to make more space. Stanced up, approach, but a good escape is Migo avoiding all danger.
Yeah, but Migo's been stuck on this one wind stock for a very long time. He's, you know, just to like slow down, let that resource come back, but it's so hard when Chixama's on the offensive the whole time.
Again, almost impossible to stop the approach, but George gets a little credit. Migo with a nice little life lead is now going to try to stance up behind the wall of garbage to make Chixama's life a living hell. Okay, that'll do. Quick hit off the quick overhead, off the wind jump light. Migo match point.
Yeah, that's Rachel's usual win con. She has one of the hardest to react to
You mean-
overheads in the game.
That's her wind con.
Ooh, there we go, Raph. Thinking quick
come on,
on your
Deadward. You gotta
thinking
keep
quick
up.
thinking quick on your feet, just like our players are right now. Migo absolutely beating the brakes off of Chixama these last couple of rounds.
Yeah, stuck in this position again. Your overdrive is going to be your best escape, and at least a little bit of life drain. Not a long time, though. Chixama, though, at the very least, overdrive worked out. May be able to build some burst gauge back and gets a counter hit with the overdrive, or with the drive, excuse me.
Now it's Chixama's turn to be in the driver's seat, but it's so hard to ping Migo down. Rachel is so mobile.
All right, wins there. Nice zaps. But we get in. Whiff into the low is going to connect. Migo no burst yet. May spend it on the next interaction or commit to the overdrive. We'll see. That's going to be part of 50-50. Nice escape again.
I feel like in this set, Migo's been bursting a lot more. So we'll see if that'll happen on the next hit, but now has active flow, so dealing additional damage, gaining additional meter, more burst coming back.
Oh, what a swap. Nice hit. Chain grab. No super yet. Instead, going to go for a bait, and Migo not falling for it. Sky high Tempest Dahlia and a zap here.
Just setting up the movement test here. Chixama in danger state once again, cannot negate this chip damage that Migo's putting out.
Still up backing with no fear, but this should do it. One more touch. The last chance burst, and 10 seconds left on the clock. Can Migo run away with it? Counter hit, the run in, the overhead. The super's not going to work.
Finds the burst now. Migo just trying to stall out with the umbrella, and I think it's going to be enough. Chixama cannot find the hit, and a timeout for the win there for Migo, eliminating Chixama after he made such an excellent run.
I understand 6A into overdrive, or yeah, into super almost immediately. That's going to be a way to bring it back. But like, with the burst available on the side of Migo, man, Chixama had that opportunity for like an RC to bait it out just to commit, but went all in with the super, and that's part of like the guessing game. Are you going to hold that burst for maybe the follow-up kit, which you can't really risk? So, I mean, I understand that position, but just one small like thinking ahead could have changed the trajectory of that whole thing, but that is how it goes. In the moment, it is hard to make that snap decision, which could have even, the overhead could have even got overdrive at the start there, but Maigo just committing to the block. Still, crazy way for it to finish with another time over.
Yeah, that's the risk you got to take in those timeout situations. Your opponent has put you in this really, really dire situation, and sometimes you just got to go for it. Even if you get overdrive E8 and that's the game, you have to do something. And the super cancel could have been pretty nice because it would have locked Maigo out from the burst, and the follow-up hit would have likely Chixama could have kept it burst safe from there.
Yeah,
so exactly. It was like, is Maigo going to burst like right away, or is Maigo going to like fail the reaction test? And in that case, you immediately win.
No, it was a very, very interesting way to go, and just out before top 8 qualifiers, Chixama, but big ups to them as they put in a lot of good work. But Maigo making it through to a potential top 8 chance, has to go against Play Guy. It's going to be Rachel versus Ragna for that a little bit later on. But before then, we're going to have a nice matchup of Valkyrie Koji versus Mr. Bushido.
Ooh, this is a nice one. Caught both of these players in round 2 of pools. Mr. Bushido, very notable for having no social media and no Start GG presence, came out of nowhere, wears sunglasses and a mask, looks like an agent undercover or something. So very interesting, plays Hakumen at a super high level, super volatile. And on the other hand, we have Valkyrie Koji, one of our many Izanami players here. And what's notable about him, if I remember correctly, is that he goes for conversions that give worse Oki, but do a lot more damage. He's like, the base pressure is good enough. I don't need the rib cage and the bits to keep you locked down. I just need bits and to hit you high-low, and that'll be enough.
Hey, one way to play. If your character has the potential to just do massive damage and you can just forego the silliness, that's an extra little wrinkle and a way to command. Because, I mean, so much in fighting games is getting a life lead, and then you have the control because it puts the onus on your opponent. How am I going to approach? How am I going to open up? Because I have to get the damage in somehow, right? And now you're fighting against a character like Izanami who's in control, who has all the tools just to make it so an approach is just almost impossible, which is a fun way of like exploring that, right? How do I cement lead all the time and just show you that I don't need just knockdown into ribcage pressure to be expressing myself with this great character.
Yeah, and we had such a good expression of it in the last match between Maigo and Chixama, where so many of them went down to time.
Yeah.
And you see the way that your opponent's hand is forced when they're the one approaching you, and they have to do something in, like, before it runs out, because otherwise it's just over.
Again, that's just how it is, right? And that's the dynamic of it, as you saw, like, even in Winterside, a couple of time overs between, like, Susanoo and Ragna going, like, down to that point. So it's every match is different, and it plays through, and the way players express and how they play, right, can dictate a lot of that. So with the big damages in Ami, I don't see we'll be seeing time overs in this kind of matchup here, especially with like a Hakumen on the other end, but it'll still be a lot of fun once we are getting locked into that. I hope you all in chat are having a good time out here again. Combo Breaker top 24 for BLAZBLUE Fiction going on. Top 8 will be a little later on. It's a great show out here, and North America once again coming through with some BLAZBLUE.
Yeah, trying to stop Fenrich from taking it again this year, showing that NA BLAZBLUE has still got it. I mean, that same thing with like flying out XCal to foreign tournaments of like, we got to put our best out there so we can eventually start reeling them in, being like, wait, NA is good. We gotta put them in their place.
I mean, NA's always had that great track record. I mean, we've seen players go real crazy and do magic stuff, as we had like folks like Banana Ken have like awesome, crazy good runs, in the past, like players like Kid Viper, Lord Knight, and many, many more, cementing like NA's presence in like the BLAZBLUE community with a variety of characters doing super well. And then of course in the last recent years, you have the players like Ice Cool, you have players like Monarch, Banana Ken again whenever he decides to stop
to play the game.
Hard-working player, but whenever he decides to show up and be like the villain once or twice is a lot of fun. So I mean, like, whatever your generation, even as far back as like 2009, when like BLAZBLUE first came out, always had players doing a good job, even if it was like an arcade exclusive game and we had to play catch up with the community in Japan. There was like the seed was planted to really do that.
Yeah, what a legacy that for so long BlazBlue has been out, has been developed and been getting better and better. CF is such a good version of the game to be stuck on, and so nice to know that you'll have it forever. You know, not getting patched anymore, and you can go back to the other versions of CF as well. They're also on Steam. Or sorry, not CF. Of BlazBlue are also on Steam.
Generational tournament, generational game.
Yeah.
But looks like we're all set here as our players are locked in as Mr. Bushido, the mystery Hakumen, is ready to put on a clinic here against Valkyrie Koji. So it'll be another really fun matchup. We're going to another button check before we lock in for this really fun match.
Look at this. Mr. Bushido is undercover. What is this? Black hat, black mask, opaque sunglasses?
Mr. Bushido's a psyop. Confirmed.
Oh man, what we're all trying to figure out. Fighting game players have 3-letter tags, but Mr. Bushido is from a 3-letter agency.
I wouldn't want to beat a player like Mr. Bushido because it might not end up pretty, but either way, it's going to be a really fun one overall. I mean, Hakumen at a high level. We've seen that like in the past with Apology Man, really like showcasing this character through and through, and some other characters like Spark, who was so much fun to see like off of the West Coast, right? West Coast Hakumen is typically like what I've always like been privy to, and you know, may not be the menace he once was, where he just one air grab into overdrive and just wins, but still like having like the Magatama, having like the ability to get special cancels and stronger specials once you can unload his unique resources, and also being able to like to crush projectiles and let that be like a little extra layer. So despite like his maybe like more straightforward and limited mobility, being kind of a big body, has a range and has unique tools to make matchups interesting.
Yeah, and I feel one thing that's interesting about Hakumen is that he either does a lot of damage or he does very little damage. Things like 3C are usually not big, and then you get counter hit by them, and then it's a disaster. Well, here we go, Mr. Bushido locking in. Some players have sponsor tags like TNS or PAR. This player has a sponsor tag that's like CIA or FBI. Let's get to it.
All right. Making sure our headphones are all right. Don't be mixing that up yet. But here we go. Into Snowtown we go. In the middle of spring, nice and breezy.
The weather is so nice in Chicago.
It was a little cold coming in here, but now it's like extra nice.
Yes.
But we're going to be chilly out here in this nice matchup to see who will make it into that winner or the loser's top 8 qualifying set. Up back getting called out, and you already see the C normals dicing through some of the bits. Blocks the slidey, and we're trying to build a wall, but not working out yet for Mr. Bushido.
Ooh, nice unfloat into the low here. And now we see this Valkyrie Koji optimization. Okay, a little bit of a drop there. Commentator curse.
Okay, and there's the overdrive on the side of Mr. Bushido, but a 2A hit is going to lead to a nice sequence here and some good damage to run out that overdrive clock.
Stuck in the corner against Izanami with Ribcage. You couldn't imagine a worse situation to be in this game. Valkyrie Koji just running a clinic right now. Will get counter hit though, and this is where it can all fall apart against Hakumen.
All right, damage starting to lay on.
Watch for the overhead. There it is.
Beat the backdash. I really like that. Only one pips bet. We have 3 to go. Beats out and then gets the air grab into that full confirm overdrive. And we have super rest in peace.
Raph, you were like air throw and then kill you doesn't happen as much anymore, but there it was.
It helps when your opponent's at like 25%, okay?
Yeah. God. You got it.
Oh, and throw again the scoops into some, again, more solid damage. And any of this time is spent well getting this life lead here against Valkyrie Koji.
Slowing it up, dodging the bits here. We've seen Mr. Bushido try to cut them already. So that delayed one, I think it's one that Valkyrie Koji likes to do a lot, but may need to reduce the usage of it against Hakumen because Mr. Bushido's going to cut that every time.
Ooh, backdash again, even though it got called out earlier. And the counter on the advance. Really nice job. We do have a last chance burst here, going to spend it, but now we can't even take a single hit or a throw.
And the overhead is so unreactable. Does not combo, but in that situation, you only need the one hit to secure the game for Mr. Bushido.
I love me some big steppy. No one is ever ready for that 6 feet. It's just grimy, just putting boots to head. And we're going to character select for a second here. Just going to think about it. So I like that look. Just to take a second to reset as Valkyrie Koji in a rough spot as Mr. Bushido in control.
Taking a moment to regain composure here. Valkyrie Koji definitely has what it takes in order to win. Mr. Bushido is just performing on a different level right now.
Well, so far so good. Round start again. The clash into immediate ribcage cancel. Okay, gonna cancel out immediately because we don't want to lose our barrier that early. Okay. Ooh, he's holding that counter just enough.
Spent 3 Magatama on that overhead to do nothing. Mr. Bushido losing a lot of resources there.
Okay. Nice job, though. Valkyrie Koji setting up the orb into the bits. Gonna go for a slidey and gets the connection. Nice.
Yeah, for most characters, that would be a pretty nice overdrive through into punish, but because Valkyrie Koji had those Biss activation, was able to use them to keep himself safe.
And Scoop with the jump counter. That's an extra wrinkle you can't really anti-air, but Hakumen consistently. Command grab off the overdrive. I love that on the reaction. Can't counter this, buddy.
Yeah, completely locked out there. Going to hit that pose that happens when the time stop deactivates, and that's going to be a lethal amount of damage to Mr. Bushido.
Yeah, I could not ask for a better super to have after overdrive to make these comebacks.
Nice little high-low. Mr. Bushido very scared to try and use a counter in this pressure because it would have to commit to one, and Mr. Bushido doesn't really know where Valkyrie Koji's going to go.
All right. Mr. Bushido trying to find anything, though. That's going to be the tough part here as just gets clocked on the counter hit. Nicely done here as the damage is going to exceed the situation. And Mr. Bushido stuck with a 5A press. Let's go. But immediate reversal super. That ain't a command grab, but that catches you trying to be cute.
Very nice life lead now for Valkyrie Koji. Trying to slide in past the bits, though. Mr. Bushido, excellent mobility on a character who can struggle to move sometimes.
Right, no Yukikaze for you, but we get the airborne crush trigger. You ain't ready for that. Having to deal with a normally grounded move coming out above your head, that is one brutal mix-up. You have to barrier that or else you get that free guard break, but Izanami's just cheating at this point.
I bet you never seen an aerial crush trigger before. Man, it looked like Mr. Bushido may have had it to make the comeback there. Koji, though, just playing so solid right now and so, on such a powerful character.
Absolutely, but early hits up from Mr. Bushido. Nice counters as well, but did not counter that. We're going to get the zap. And the landing hit, though, that's huge. With the side swap, Mr. Bushido in control.
Able to get the hard knockdown there for the Magatama, but now has to scramble in the air. That air throw is going to be huge for Mr. Bushido. I believe one away after this, but the reset instead. Nice awareness from there for Mr. Bushido, knowing the combo wouldn't kill, looking for an out to make sure that the round was tied up.
Oh, but immediate IAD on the start here from Valkyrie Koji, getting that early hit against that. They poke out, and now gets the low hit. Mr. Bushido immediate burst, and gets the IAD. Oh, your backdash! That's such a huge starter.
Luckily, the backdash took Valkyrie Koji far enough away that was able to. The combo did drop. But yeah, I mean, even when you don't finish it, that overhead does so much damage.
All right, the wait and bait. No free counter here for you as Valkyrie Koji once more in control. Plenty of bar. Are we going to spend it for a super on extension, or are we going to make the next hit count? Let's see.
Whoa! Through the rib cage, diabolical.
It counts as like kind of a hit grab, so even the rib cage ain't gonna save you. Immediate burst on counter hit, jump 2C, and now next hit for either player can be it overhead, and that should do it for this round.
Well played there by Valkyrie Koji, keeping the composure well, even as you were facing your elimination from the tournament. And now we're going final game, final round between these two. Mr. Bushido with a very nice overdrive advantage going into the final round that could help him out. Hakumen known for that high damage overdrive activation.
And no OD on the side of Valkyrie Koji, so all this damage is going to stick. Counter hit. What side am I looking? I got a mask on. It don't matter.
He doesn't need to see the price tag.
He's a robot with a human soul. I don't even know if he has eyes. But now China just running air throw as Mr. Bushido wants any kind of hit. Valkyrie Koji, though, finds one, and now we're off to the corner we go.
We're reporting that Hakumen doesn't have eyes. What's more surprising, though, is that Hakumen players do have eyes.
I don't know about Mr. Bushido, the way he's looking up with the sunglasses.
With the sunglasses. Maybe Mr. Bushido is a robot.
Although, we find the super hit, gets the low into overhead, and that's going to do it. The cheeky reset. Valkyrie Koji survives Mr. Bushido's onslaught to win that 2-1 and moves forward to a loser's top 8 qualifying match.
Excellent little ender there. That super doing a ton of damage to Mr. Bushido there. We're finally finishing it off with the overhead. What a good run there for Mr. Bushido. Really made the tournament exciting to have like this dark horse competitor who I was talking about the setups. I'm like, does anyone know this person? Everyone was like, no, I have no idea.
And we never will. But that is how it goes, though. Does not earn the medal, but puts on a great showing of it, and that's really fun there. But now it's going to lead us in a little bit to our top 8 losers qualifying matches. It's been an onslaught of such amazing players, but only 4 of these can make it to that next part of the bracket. We'll find out who they are in just a little bit, so stay tuned for more Combo Breaker 2026 BLAZBLUE Central Fiction in just a moment.
Don't call it a comeback, folks. We've been here the whole time at Combo Breaker 2026, BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Top 24. Getting into it once again, we got Cam going up against Fenrich. Fenrich, of course, upset on the winner's side by Koopa Claus, and now going to face the New York City Noel.
I mean, it'd be really fun to see. Can we keep Fenrich out of top 8? Can a Noel do the job? Noel versus Jin, a very funny matchup because, I mean, these are 2 classic characters since the beginning.
Yeah.
This isn't DLC. They aren't additional characters in another version. So it'll be really funny as we're going to have just nice and a little bit nasty. Noel likes to get down with it, so we'll see how this plays.
Yeah, let's see. Fenrich, hard to parse. But definitely seems like a character or a player who is cool, calm, and collective, and is not easily shaken by things that take place in the fighting game. Meanwhile, Cam, I would say, is someone who is very affected and likes to complain a lot about things that happen in his matches. So I think it's really going to be Cam has to feel very comfortable here. And he has to start winning very early.
And if you're going to complain about stuff that happens to you from Fenrich, you may want to be like, okay, hold on. Maybe I got outplayed. We'll find out, though. Maybe we were outplayed.
18 frame overhead.
Outplay. We saw Koopa Claus do it.
Koopa Claus did do it.
Koopa Claus held it down, but can Cam and can Fenrich continue on here and try to earn a medal? They did not make it through another game, so they're trying to take it out here on the BLAZBLUE community and make their mark here on Combo Breaker 2026.
Well, a very intense part of the bracket. This is medal or nothing, medal or ninth, and here we go. We've got Cam versus Fenrich.
All right, out the gate, the chase down begins. Not going to be able to throw out the drives as much as you like or go to the air as much as you like, as you see how well Fenrich controls that airspace with all these great jump normals on the side of Jin.
Clean throw.
And once more into the drink. Half-Life already gone, and again, so hard to challenge. Jump C, jump 2C, whichever you say. Fenrich, we're going to close out with a perfect here.
And based on my interpretation of player psychologies here, this perfect for Fenrich does not look good for Cam's mental.
All right, well, I mean, again, this is a hard-fought battle, right? You weren't expecting to run into Fenrich. I mean, either or. Against Koopa Claus, it wouldn't have been any easier, I think. So
yeah.
Cam's going to have to just lock in the whiff punish, coming through off the IAD. Now, catching the backdash just by a bit.
No, the 2A anti-air. Jin's buttons are sometimes It's like a fairy tale. They got a little magic in them.
Although we missed our 2C though, a little too late on that. Had to be quicker on the trigger. And speaking of trigger, Cam getting some shots off and put into pressure, but immediate up overhead connects. And now Cam playing with confidence, committing to the bit.
Yeah, I like starting with the meaty 4D there just to reject any sort of DPRC there from Fenrich, but Cam giving up the corner does not seem like a great idea.
Okay, it makes the escape, able to block, but really quick ice car into low. Watch your ankles are going to get frozen in time. And the setup here, no burst out. Cam goes for the counter assault, but gets blessed. And this might be enough.
Aggressive off the counter assault. It only gives you a hard knockdown if it's a counter hit, and with this overdrive, that should be game 1 going to Fenrich.
Okay, none too bad there. Cam in round 2 finding those moments to really tack on some damage, but it's tough because like it's a little scarier, especially with Fenrich being able to set up those bigger hits afterwards. With Noel, it feels like so much more committal, and the damage still really isn't there once you get those small hits, so it's just harder to take away control from Fenrich even when you're getting your offense and getting your hits in.
Cam thinking about new 12 here, I believe. Other character he's been developing, plays it a lot at locals as well.
But at this point, with the Noel that's guiding you this far, do you really want to risk a character swap? It didn't work well in that first game, as you see Fenrich with a lot of great answers and that pressure that had been gone uncontested. So let's see if we can answer back after that brief break in character select.
Yeah, gotta stick to the day 1 here, Noel. No swap to the top tier for Cam. The backdash out, mash trading. And there we go. He's feeling good now. The iconic Cam JD.
All right, yeah, caught the hand, trying to reach out. Gets the throw off the whip 5A into a nice little extension here. Fenrich still stuck in this corner. Is usually going to hold on to that burst for an overdrive. First, the situation demands it, but I think Cam's going to go for a quick. Oh, never mind. Tech roll forward into DP. Fenrich out.
Very edge of the hitbox there on the DP. Cam barely getting caught by that. Now Fenrich, great rising JB there, finds the overhead. I mean, if Fenrich wants to cash out, this is definitely death. Well, let's see what he wants to do. Does spend the overdrive. This is absolutely lights out for Cam.
Yeah. If there's any player that will always use whatever resources at hand to finish a round, Fenrich is the master of it. 3C into overdrive has been a staple of Fenrich throughout all the years, and I'd love to see it more here at Combo Breaker. Tech's right into the drive, though. Small hits add up in the overhead, too. Fenrich, defense getting cracked open.
Cam doing really good at creating these scramble situations. The air unblockable on 6C, for instance. Now the haul, but lands with the JB Cam not in the right drive to be able to negate air buttons.
All right, nice little setup here into the restand. Jumps out, but you see double jumps here from Fenrich. Super good, and gets to pick up on counter hit ice. That's sick.
The insane dash momentum there. What a micro dash from Fenrich. Now catching the backdash with the 2A.
Last chance here. There's the last burst you might see in this set as Cam on life support. There's the staircase, has to F barrier just to stay and survive. A throw into Astro can do it again. Don't let it happen to you, Cam.
It's iconic. Well, here we go. Overdrive activation. Keep it super consistent. And loser side top 8. Fenrich has qualified in top 8 where people expected him, but not on the side. Koopa Claus made sure of that. And what a run here from Cam, making it all the way to 9th place at Combo Breaker. And losing to the top seed, you know, not great, but no better way to go out.
I mean, if you're gonna lose, like, yeah, I lost to Fenrich.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, loser side Fenrich too, but still, Fenrich doing what he does best. Really fun to see, and just always a treat to see him play BLAZBLUE, right? That's the roots where he grew up and into the FGC, and just does time and time again one of the most fun players to watch because it just has a complete game plan. You see it through and through. He's gonna have a chance there in the loser's side, as believe he's gonna go up against probably Valkyrie Koji. If I'll check the bracket a little bit later to see, just to be sure, later today. But now we have just 3 more matches to see who will round out top 8 losers.
Yeah, so actually we have no idea who Fenrich is playing because he's the first one to make it, as we get a Play Guy versus Mygo coming up next, securing themselves here. If you've been tuned in with us, thank you so much, but also you've seen both of these players playing previously. Mygo, of course, on the Rachel from New York, dropping those Georges, dropping those bats, keeping the screen polluted. And meanwhile, Play Guy, he's going to get you with the dash 4, dash 4,
And then Gauntlet Hades here and there. But
Hades.
yeah, that's not worked out too much in their match against Ice School, which was a little bit rough. And I misspoke earlier. Valkyrie Cody still has to play one more match to try to qualify. So I think, we'll see the bracket when it's all said and done. So apologies on that. But we're just getting this sorted out here. And again, all the stakes are very high because, this is just to continue moving forward and inch your way into at least a small sigh of relief. You earn your medal, but the job's not done.
Yeah. And we're going straight into it, folks. Top 8 is directly after this top 24 block. So don't go anywhere after we conclude because we're going to see the finals of this play out afterwards, which is going to be so exciting to watch, especially when you already have upsets like that.
Yep.
My goodness.
No, again, great players will make great matches, and it's just like the best of the best out here. We're missing a couple outliers, right? There's some from the West Coast who aren't here, and you have some others from overseas and et cetera like that. But, despite all that, people bring their best and make it just a wonderful show, no matter what.
Yeah, and BLAZBLUE is the cream of the crop. Almost a lot of entrants, but you got to remember the quality for BLAZBLUE is out of this world. There are so many killers in each pool. Everyone who plays the game at this point is just a level above, and they're just getting better, folks. That's the problem.
That's not the problem. That's the good thing.
That's
what you want to see. It's not a problem to get better. Maybe if you're fighting them and you're not catching up,
no,
that's more on
I'm
you.
Fighting them. I'm fighting
that's
them.
more on you.
I'm like, wait a minute. I used to be able to almost beat this player. Now I can't do anything. What happened?
Well, that's why you're at this desk. That's why you're here right now.
I stayed in the
We're
same
LARPing.
place. Yeah.
We're just pretending. We're just here talking about it. Well, they're doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
You don't get medals for commentary.
That's true.
Maybe an award or two if you're lucky. But,
there's no Hall of Fame yet. We'll have to wait for one of the big dogs to retire. Do you think that when Tasty Steve or Sajam retires, they'll make a commentary Hall of Fame? Greatest to ever do it. I'd like it.
Their legacies will live on no matter what, and either one of these players' legacy will move on too, as they will earn their right to be in top 8, to earn that medal and a chance for that awesome combo breaker record trophy. As Rachel versus Ragna, we're getting the thumbs up, thumbs down, and the mix-up is starting out here.
Yeah, trading out the Sox hat for the headset. Want to be able to hear all of the different things that Rachel is putting on the screen. Listen to George's elegant and regal croaks, for instance. As we're locking in, the fist bump is there. Mygo versus Play Guy here. Elimination is imminent for one of these players, but who's it going to be?
All right. Off to that races here as Mygo put on some pressure, but gets caught not barriering. So now it's going to be that quick damage into the corner we go, and under more pressure. We've not really seen reversals from Mygo nor any counter assaults, just happy to kind of block things out and to air dash. But you just put yourself back in the other corner, and you still have some win, but you're taking the damage before you can leave.
Yeah, eating that off the backdash there. Mygo taking the punishment. And I will say, you're right on the money there, Raph, with the reversal. I feel like in the set with Chixama, Mygo did not activate the electric chair a single time.
But did activate the fork and knife.
Yeah.
At least did it off the whiff throw from Play Guy, giving Mygo a chance to build some momentum and put out some screen pollution.
Coming up, getting some win back with the projectiles.
All right, Raw Rebellion, but jump D, nice convert.
What a chase down there. Play Guy with super jump, double jump just to get close enough to Mygo and still able to find the hit. That was insane.
Nice, get rid of George almost immediately. Zipping back and forth, trying to do a speed run across, but right now you are out of win gauge. Play Guy with all this bar has a chance for a Carnage Scissors into RC. Instead, it's going to DP RC into the overhead.
And there it was. That was enough. Mygo, pretty poor resource usage there. Ran out of wind there at the end. And Play Guy just able to super jump past all the projectiles, barrier block it out, not take any chip. And Mygo was like a cornered rat at that point.
Or even a corner rabbit, if you will.
Ooh, yeah.
Try to round start with the quick IAD with the win, but the 6A from Play Guy and a 5D catching Mygo, trying to get too greedy here. I being dead spike, getting the run in. Nice damage here into the Belial edge. And now you are in this corner and trapped.
Luckily, that was a blue beat. Oh my, not even trying to punish the DP there. Mygo realizing the position was way too bad to even attempt it. Bait on the burst there off of the backdash, and with that, Plagueeye will be taking game 1, Carnage Scissors.
And Plagueeye could have went for a little Astral there, just to do just a little bit of psychic damage, but nice and Carnage Scissors, keeps it short, keeps it clean.
Plagueye's got to
class act.
he's got to keep the momentum up.
He's a class act.
He's like, don't give Mygo the animation to kind of like be like, oh, what happened there? Just keep it going. Keep the pressure up.
Round start Lobelia. Mygo finally getting a little bit of stuff on the screen early, but 5B catching Mygo, trying to go in with a little bit of wind.
Nice stagger than the throw there, the Plagueeye classic. Tossing Rachel around.
Okay, Classic just knocking on the door. Blood Scythe to keep Mygo trapped, and nice, we're going to counter assault. But that means Plagueeye didn't have to spend any bar and still has plenty here to play with.
Yep. Always threatening with those Carnage Scissors, projectile invincible, able to blast through all of Rachel's shenanigans.
Okay, poisons there, gonna help out a lot. Ticks down some, but Mygo got caught trying to put out a homie and spends the burst here, trying to survive. All this meter though on Plagueye's side.
Jailing down Mygo, landing, 50 meters spent. Still low wind, DPRC, that may be enough. Carnage Scissors is it, and it is qualifying there for loser side. Top 8 in 1 round as we're at set point.
Yeah, almost there is Plagueeye in full control. Not just Sparta kick City, boot to face. But finally Mygo, a little bit of mix up, didn't really get a chance to, hasn't shown that kind of like tri-jump pressure with the wind. Finds the fort into a quick hit. And try to get the throw, actually. Nice tech though from Plagueeye.
And Mygo just not able to find the anti-air there. Has the good IBs, but Plagueeye just keeping the pressure up, and Mygo can't find a place to match.
Yeah, taking a lot of pain. Sucks to be here. 6B from Ragna, gonna connect. No burst yet. As Plagueeye now in control, gonna get some life back on Nightmare Edge. And now you gotta guess your game.
Feels like Mygo has a weak point on his head, the way that all of these overheads just keep doing so much damage.
Ooh, try to get rid of George, but you put your foot into the electric socket. Gonna give Mygo a chance, has the bar. I want to see a Bad and Lily. No, the drop!
And there we go. That was the Carnage Scissors for the game, for the qualification into loser side top 8, as Plagueeye has made it. Nicely
done there. Unfortunate finish. Mygo had some control there, committed to a little bit of an extension, especially with 100% bar, right? If you can get like the Bad and Lily knockdown, maybe have a setup afterwards to close out, couldn't be too bad of a problem, but you see there, just the timing didn't quite work, and recognition there from Plagueeye. Immediately just hit the button, get the dub with the quick Carnage Scissors, and closes out without giving Mygo a chance to rebound.
I feel like you could have made a highlight reel. So many of those rounds ended with Carnage Scissors. Plagueeye always routing into that to take it to the finish line. Super duper well played there. I feel like Mygo was really struggling there at the end to trying to stop the approach from Plagueeye. Wasn't able to really anti-air any of the approaches. Plagueeye navigating past the projectiles really easily with the barrier. And it just seemed like Mygo at the end did not have an answer to Plagueye's aggression.
I mean, it's tough sometimes, right? When player like Plagueeye, I mean, you have one job as Ragnar. You got to get in. And so deft at maneuvering around all of that. Even with like Mygo, just managing to find the space to put stuff out there. As long as you don't get anything significant, it's not going to help you out too much. But with that, that was a big win. And it's going to send us to a small little downtime as we'll get ready for our final qualifying matches for top 8 loser side. We'll be back in a
Top 8 has almost been decided here for BLAZBLUE Central Fiction here at Combo Breaker 2026. 2 more matches remaining here on the loser side to see who those lucky players will be. Who wanted it more today, Sunday at Schaumburg, Illinois. So exciting. I'm Deadward here with Raph. How are we feeling about these last 2 matches?
It's going to be great. I mean, hard to predict how this is going to go. And it's going to be like 4 unique characters to kind of seal the deal here. We have the potential for a second Susan. Susanoo in top 8, right? But it could be interesting how that plays out. But first, it's going to be MASFAM versus Valkyrie Koji. Our potential second Izanami here. It's going to be Tager versus Izanami as MASFAM losing to Monarch in the winner's side top 8 qualifier, and that was Lambda versus Tager. And not going to get any easier, unfortunately, for MASFAM here. But, I mean, that is the road you sign up for when you are a big body grappler player.
I mean, yes, it's tough being like, oh man, another bad matchup for Tager, but regrettably, that's like all of them. You can say that a lot when you're commentating. Yeah, MASFAM going to really have to weather the storm here. The bits are going to be so problematic, and also can't charge Sparkbolt in the same way because of that slide in from Izanami that comes in from whenever. Teleports to you. Just terrible, terrible for Tager to have to deal with.
And I mean, like, there's always like little things that can help out. I mean, if by chance Ribcage comes out, we go into danger. One good command grab can be so devastating if we can find it. But I have a feeling that we're going to see more command grabs from Izanami than we're going to see from Tager in this match. But I would love to be surprised as I see a little smirk there from MASFAM as they're locked in here, looking majestic with their beard and cap combo, dueling with the luscious hairdo of Valkyrie Koji as we're going to get one more button check to go on the road.
Rebel 1, action.
Yes, another. Why? But you've already done a button check. Yes, sir, but what about the second button check?
What about setting second button check? That's why modern fighting games let you check your buttons at character select and let you not have to go through this. But
no. But I gotta see what the stream setup delay is like. I need to see if my stuff works.
Nah. Save that for the GameCube, all right?
Yeah.
Either way, though, it looks like we are square, I think. Or maybe we're triangle or circle. I don't know what buttons you're going for, but anyway. Now we are all square. Izanami versus Iron Tager. Big body end versus just the little nuisance that is just such a menace. It's going to be a testament to see how well MASFAM can defend and navigate the nonsense.
Yeah, has to go low and slow here for MASFAM. Keep it very, very patient before finally exploding with your grappler passion. Running those setups, running those reads with the air command grabs and whatnot. You really have to capitalize when you get the hit as a grappler.
And you see again, like, just how tall Tager is, so it's very easy to set up. Just the float pressure. All those normals, but instead we get a hit. Couch confirm. Command grab's gonna actually connect the throw counter? Even with the overdrive it?
Yeah,
and then with a slam. Hold on.
Oh, no. No purple, please.
Nice foot punish from MASFAM. Nice block as well. We've seen Valkyrie Koji go for a lot of those reversals in the first blood to MASFAM.
Keeping it safe, keeping it confident on that big Iron Tager.
Oh, what a hit. Nice backdash though. Good escape, but a nice IBs on the side of MASFAM. Defending the cross-ups, trying to go to air, but nice hit from Valkyrie Koji, the small combo.
Not small by a stretch of the imagination. So much damage, so much set play there. Now going for those high lows, but very invincible off of that. MASFAM able to tank through all of the air dash hits and still get you with the throw.
A grappler with an invincible command grab. Oh my gosh. And we catch the tech in caught with the 2B. There's the burst out from Valkyrie Koji, who gets hit by the spark bolt. Should be able to finish out here. We have the spin to win. That should do it in MASFAM Game 1.
Excellent play there by MASFAM, making it look easy so far. The blocks have been elite. And just like finding these really good opportunities, huge damage, and just to like press the issue every time. You may only get 1 or 2 chances as Iron Tager, but you can make them count.
And so far has, yeah. I mean, blocking the reversal super has been really great. Valkyrie Koji mixing different options on defense, but just getting tagged in neutral here and there. He's going to have to find a way. Because, again, you got to respect the Spark Bolt in some spots. You're really going to have to be careful when it comes to trying to deal with just excuse me, certain little bits here and there. Hey, overhead OD.
Yep,
Getting started early.
Making sure that burst is not available for MassFam. And actually nice for that because clearly MassFam did want to burst after that combo. Yeah, early overdrive activation is nice. Make sure that you get that corner carry, get that damage, and also builds you quite a bit close to your active flow.
Spark Bolt immediately after the tag. You gotta respect it. MassFam has been throwing it out almost immediately as it's available. Eating the damage, almost a safe jump, but the counter assault's gonna save our bacon.
Such high damage off of that. Float, unfloat, going for the standing overhead, hoping that MassFam would try and block the refloat low.
Okay. An immediate mash out. We are churning the butter. That's how we do. Emerald Driver's gonna put a huge dent in the Spark Bolt. Maybe trying to catch a tech roll instead gets punished.
Yeah, but now losing that resource and losing a bit of life as that was punishable.
Okay. Reversal super available for MassFam if he's allowed to survive. Instead, we're gonna hit the overdrive distortion to make that extra credit and go for a sliding finish.
He's a big boy. Oh, but not. He's big enough. He qualifies. Give that boy a gold medal at the county fair. He is corn-fed.
You know, all those resources spent from Valkyrie Koji trying to finish the job, and it wasn't enough. MassFam, match point, backdash out, getting tagged by the air-to-air, finds the 5A, gadget finger, try to backdash this. Come into my grasp.
Oh, Valkyrie Koji losing a lot of momentum here. Luckily has stopped the magnetism, but Spark Bolt there to prove me wrong.
3 for 4 on those, no problem here. Blue beat combo, last chance. As we get a sledge, there's the burst. You can't take a grab. The wedge catapult is gonna get the grip, and MassFam with the fist pump pop off makes top 8 with Iron Tiger.
Man, so well played there by MassFam. Had the read, was popping off so hard he forgot about his cord, but we got it now. All good. What a highlight reel of this one. MassFam playing out of his mind, stopping the double Izanami from being in top 8 after Valkyrie Koji had such a good run, eventually going out at 9th.
Yeah, hard fought battle there, but just getting tagged by so many little things that enable Iron Tiger to really get going. Those Spark Bolts connecting so consistently was such at the detriment, because not only is that the combo damage, it's the magnetism that's just going to make it harder to get those escapes. We tried the reversal super that got blocked out. MassFam just aware of Valkyrie Koji's defensive habits and way to play around and just not respecting or just getting hit by certain things. So, you know, it's a hard pill to swallow when a lot of stuff could have been avoided if you just tighten up a little bit and been a little more careful, but so it goes. You know, you got to dust yourself off, try again next time. Saw a nice place there. But now MassFam a little bit later on, top 8 Tiger.
Yeah, we're early on in Sunday, so there's plenty of casuals still to be played. Valkyrie Koji could definitely be hitting the setups. Rage playing, like, I need to play some casuals just to, like, yeah, exactly, get the dust off.
I mean, you know, it happens. You get put in the ground by Iron Tiger. You gotta find a way to dig yourself out of that hole. But now we'll see who can escape the hole of top 24 losers and get to that top 8 chances. We're finally gonna see Adroth, Adroth. There's a lot of ads on this stream, so I'm always thinking. But it's Susanoo on the side of Adroth, and it's going to be JIV once more with the Naoto. It's going to be a fun match. Our Canada representative here, our second international player, if you will.
Yes.
So it'll be fun to see can Adroth make it through and have our second Susan, or will JIV get some redemption after their tough loss to Toledo?
Yeah, I mean, well fought against Toledo, and definitely both of these players have had plenty of time to kind of reconvene, maybe play some casuals as well. Just get ready for this final match.
Hey, you gotta stay warm, you know? That's a big thing, a big matchup like this with a lot on the line, a lot of pressure as it goes, and, you know, being the last match before top 8 is always an extra weight on top of that. So either way, hard to predict how this goes. I mean, Susan definitely is always going to have that advantage, being one of the best tournament characters currently in BLAZBLUE Central Fiction. Can't get around it, as, you know, those players who mastered this character, just menaces through and through. But Adroth doing it from the loser side, all top 24.
Yeah. Time to think about it. Squaring off, you're ready to go, and I'm a little bit interested as to what the character pick is going to be here from JIV. Does have a deep enough roster that we could see something unusual come out. It looks like it will be Naoto, his main, ready to go.
I mean, if it wasn't, Ragnar wasn't able to defeat the villain, maybe Naoto can do it here. Our final top 24 match. Susanoo versus Naoto. Button checks are all set because we were just never ready. And we have no sense of urgency here, so one moment, sorry.
Insane, dashing back, dashing forth.
All right, folks, I think you're fine. I'm going to come out from behind the curtain and be like, bruh, I'm going to hit him with the Wizard of Oz. Don't give him any ideas.
Slowing the pace.
They got 10 minutes until top 8
big
should
button
start.
check. Yeah, we're gonna button check to round 2 at this point.
All right.
Adriel's gonna be like, "Did I get all the seals so I can practice all of my moves?"
Want to make sure I can execute this right quick. Hold on.
I gotta check my spark hands.
Ooh. Are we gonna swing with S? First sighting of S in top 24. Another stable tournament character. Great big buttons, nice solid projectile game. Having a solid reversal as well with her DP, powered or unpowered. Could be a nice little wrinkle to control the chaos that is Susanoo.
Let's do it to it. JIV locking it on the S. Brought it out in Pools round 2 yesterday and worked out very, very well for him. So let's see if he can make lightning strike twice here. Has a lot of experience on this character.
True. Throw tech as well. And I like S as a character that can deny Susan getting the unlocks. Does have the ground Viper available here, but it's going to be harder just to enable those projectiles from S pretty good. And then also avoiding a lot of Susan's buttons. But a burst out from JIV.
Yep. Sand kick is not a super key unlock, but Adroth finds a way to make all of them work. Grand Viper being the most obvious one. Want to unlock that early as it makes your combos much better.
All right, nicely done. Good amount of unlocks, good amount of damage. One more can do it. DPRC though, and we're not blocking on landing.
Yeah, actually, getting like a trip guard there after the DPRC. Working out well for JIV.
All right, I like though that Adolf has a meter for DPRC and then a burst as like a last contingency. Instead, it's going to be that level 2 spin dash in the air. And round 1 in Adroth. Best song, by the way.
Level 2 spin is quite nice. It covers a lot of space on the screen, and the pillar makes it so it's your opponent can't even really like punish you for doing it.
We see the first 2C getting beat out. Crush trigger again. Nice. No barrier there as JIV cycling some great offense.
JIV is like, my opponent blocked the instant overhead. I know what'll get him this time.
Oh, counter, no full combo. Overdrive getting all spent, and you still don't have any unblocks this deep into the round.
Oh, the air dash not working out for Adroth. Yeah, with no unlocks like you were talking about, Raph, this looks like it'd be pretty secure for JIV, and it is.
Yeah, that grab brings it home, round apiece, but the perfect as well. Nice bounce back from JIV. Counter on both sides. Uh-oh.
Very respectful on round start from both players there. Sand kick, going to be safe into the overdrive.
Oh, gets a cross-up hit. JIV committing to a grounded hit. And now we get DP unlock. We have a spin dash as well. Nice knockdown and the sword. Just as extra credit, handshake is slow.
Launch on the sword. Adroth, everything going his way right now. Tons of unlocks, tons of damage coming out.
All right, last power up. We managed to take her out of the corner, a little brave. JIV, though, has to be careful. Blocks this out. More pressure incoming.
Adroth is really trying to bait the overdrive activation here. Able to cancel off the first hit, even into Sonic Spin. infinite enhanced special moves for the duration of this super right now for JIV.
Ooh, punish. Didn't commit. Counter sold out. Trying to waste that timer, but a counter hit jump. We still have a burst available for Adroth with an overdrive as well. As extra credit, overhead, gets hit, and immediate burst.
Once again, going for the install super.
Ooh, counter hit. Up backing to save our bacon to DP without an RC. And a quick hit. JIV has an overdrive available if they need it. Has plenty of bar. All the unlocks in the world may not be able to save you here if you're Adroth.
Waiting for it. That whip was terrible, but the 6B will always... It just does everything. It does everything, Raph. It's such a good button.
It reached so far. You think you're safe at that distance of winning a DP? No. Hard round loss, especially with how JIV was almost bringing that back, even was waiting for any kind of reversal, but sometimes you just gotta press. And Susanoo doesn't know one better than him.
And you're so close to top 8. Oh man, you could almost taste it at this point. Going with the Amane now. In this top 24, we've seen every possible character that JIV has to bring out. The Naoto, the S, and now the Amane.
This is the last lock-in. No more opportunities, no more other characters here. So JIV has to make this count. We have range, we have a massive amount of chip, but we don't have a way to really contest as when Adroth starts to get this up-close pressure. The overdrive, though, going to save us a little bit and build up some levels.
Playing at that range, Amane has very far buttons, but they cover very narrow spaces. You always have to pick the right one for the job. Level 3 drill is chunking Adroth right now.
All right, got to bait the situation here. A lot of chip damage could potentially come through. Try to get something after the air tech, but nice tech forward. Adroth finding a hit, getting some unlocks.
Wake up super. Not enough, and we'll lose all the drill gauge as well.
I don't like putting yourself in the corner here. JIV bursting because they knew that was massive damage potentially. Make some more room, but you're seeing Adroth just going for these big jump-ins and counter assault. Has plenty of bar to make this comeback.
You have still enough for an RC after the fact. I really like that. And that air throw from Adroth, like that as well, but not as much to drop.
Scary spot here. Very even between these two, but a slight lead for Adroth. It's all you're gonna do is coast and find one more. There's the 5B into the low. Cancel out. Nice escape. JIV has to be careful here. This chase down. The throw is gonna work. No tag.
And now set point here for Adroth after the character swap from JIV. Adroth has not seemed to really be feeling it, still playing his game the same way he has been, whether it's against Amane, Naoto, or S. Feels like Adroth is in control.
Oh, avoids the drill. Nice. Gets the escape there. That could have been a nice little chunk of chip and forced the barrier out. But now JIV stuck in this corner. No meter for counter assault, but finds a jump out.
Oh, level 3 drill, though. Tons of chip here.
But the counter assault saves the day a bit. Gets the spin dash, bringing back JIV down to the ground. There's a counter assault out, making room. Spin dash again, big whiff, but JIV not wanting to put their hand in there.
Oh my god. Running straight into the danger zone on that one. What an anti-air, what a burst bait there from Adroth. Here we go, active flow bonus damage is not going to be enough. JIV has one final opportunity here.
I'm so scared here for JIV. Has to navigate these big buttons. Anything doesn't barrier the airborne, the grounded normal. Last chance, find something, a low, a 5B, a slidey, whatever you have, RC, into the immediate overdrive. And the EA is gonna connect. Top 8 for Adroth. Adroth, I just keep messing it up, but it's all good.
And there we go, victory for the Susanoo, the second Susanoo in top 8. And a hug between our players. Again, the camaraderie there from JIV. Man, they are both feeling a lot right there. They were waking up this morning imagining what this moment would feel like if they were actually able to do it. And that dream has come true for Adroth. JIV, unfortunately, after a great run here, showing all of the characters that he has to play, will be out at 9th.
Yeah, tough break going from the winner's side into that 9th place. But in the end, it happens. You know, we have so many great players here, and only a few of them can get into this top 8, which will be right after this. But you'll have just an immaculate bracket. We have only one repeat character in the Susan O. So a lot of varieties all across the board with a lot of just great players through and through. Fenrich in the loser side is going to be that real cool wrinkle that you're going to see. And speaking of seeing, these are the folks that'll be in this top 8 in just a moment.
Yeah, again, Koopa Claus, like you were talking about with that big upset over Fenrich on the Izanami, now going up against Ice Cool. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Monarch versus Towedo. Towedo really performing well this weekend. Again, that encyclopedic knowledges. This is going to be like a bookworm off between the two of them. They are both so nerdy when it comes to fighting games. Keeping notes, keeping wikis. So analytical between both of them. That's going to be a great winner set to watch.
Important for me, though, Fenrich versus Play Guy. Jin versus Ragnar, the quintessential brother matchup. I love that, and I'm happy to see that here. And then finally, Masspen versus Adroth, two big bodies, one more built different. But it'd be the Tager versus the Susanoo. 8 amazing players. It's going to be just a ridiculous top 8 to cap off BLAZBLUE Central Fiction here at Combo Breaker.
And that's going down here on this channel at Low Kick Esports. So don't go anywhere, as top 8 will be coming up in just a little bit. But don't put us out just yet. Give us a moment. It's been Deadward and Raph here. It is always a pleasure to be with you with the BLAZBLUE Central Fiction community, putting us on. I do want to give a call out, a shout out, that last year BLAZBLUE Central Fiction was a side event that we got relegated, and the bracket was just so immaculate. The side top 6 was to die for. We have Fenrich coming back, and that we have regained the status. It's like a Spider-Man Homecoming where he like takes the suit away because he's like, maybe you don't deserve it, and then he does deserve it, and it's like you can give it back. That's what I think about with Combo Breaker and BLAZBLUE Central Fiction, is we've proved that we can earn the spot, and I think we've shown it again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a hell of a showing, and that's going to cap off in just a little bit. But thank y'all for watching this top 24 with us. Hope you enjoyed the matches. Enjoy this top 8. Enjoy some good-ass Blaze.